Well, that was brutal, but it was even harder because of the heat. I thought because I was indoors, it wouldn't be too bad, but on the squash court, it's still hot. Maybe I wasn't quite hydrated, but that felt brutal. That's possibly the hardest I've pushed in the last year. Really had to grind that out in the heat. Great session to try, maybe not in the heat. How you doing, people? Hope you're well. Training hard. Okay, I've got a tough one today. Going to do 20 minutes Navy SEALs, 5 minutes rest, another 5 minutes SEALs, 5 minutes rest, another 5 minutes SEALs, 5 minutes rest, and then one round of my plyometrics. So that's minutes lunge jumps, minutes rest, minutes squat jumps, minutes rest, minutes heels to backside burpees, minutes rest, and a minute star jumps. This way I'm getting the full upper body blast and cardio, and then I'm getting the plyometric legs, extra cardio, probably more intense cardio, and bone density. Really impacts the legs, that section. So you're hitting everything this way. Okay, let's get it done.
Okay, yeah, so tough one today. Not necessarily the session itself, although it is a tough session on any day of the week, but particularly because a couple of things. I think it's the same old thing when, if you've had average sleep for a while and it just sort of accumulates a little bit. Luckily, I certainly slept after this session, but yeah, that combined with the heat, and I thought going on the squash court that it wouldn't be quite as hot as outside, because obviously this was filmed at that heat wave time. But yeah, the court wasn't really air conditioned in any way, so the heat really hit me today. And even though I was happy with the number of Navy SEALs I got in the first 20 minutes, for me, I noticed in the second bout of 5 minutes and then the next bout of 5 minutes that yeah, I thought I'm suffering today. There's just a difference when you're training in the heat. Anyway, a very first world problem, as I like to say. And as well, when it came to the plyometric round, yeah, you're just sort of grinding your way through. And actually, as a complete session, probably the hardest I've pushed all year, I would say. Just a note on the box and on the floor there, I've just been experimenting a little bit. I have quite a wide hand stance for my push-ups. I know a lot of people don't like that. It's a sort of hand position that I've always done since a kid, rightly or wrongly, but I've never had any issues. And I just sort of think, well, okay, if my body's not complaining, then I'll keep going with it. It does really target the chest very well. But what I find is that if I go to the, chest to the floor, in that hand position, I feel like I'm really sort of overextending. So I like to get to a position where my upper arms are about horizontal on each push-up. And that point is a point which is before chest to the floor. So if I put a box on the floor and make sure my chest touches the box, then I just hit about the right spot that I'm happy with. And I really find I get a lot of chest activation and still triceps as well. So for me, that works about right. Everybody's got different bodies. My body's had a heck of a lot of baggage from my youth with the playing squash and basically the quantity of high intensity training. I think you can have a background of quantity training, but if it's quantity high intensity training, then really I consider myself pretty lucky to sort of come through all of those years relatively unscathed. And I think part of the reason for that is a sort of a constant body maintenance. Obviously my burpees as well have very wide leg stance, which really takes the pressure off the lower back. It doesn't really bother me that it's not a sort of a typical style for a burpee. Like I say, you do what's right for your body. In fact, with this stance, my back actually feels good. I did notice that Strong and Conditioned, the guy at his channel, has just started to widen his stance for his burpees. He had a couple of issues with his lower back and has just started to widen his stance. Nowhere near as wide as mine, of course, but I suspect that his stance will widen if he wants to continue his burpees as the years go on. Because like I say, it just takes the stress off your lower back. And if you want to do legs, then look at my plyometrics at the end. That's a completely different ball game for legs. A combination of lunge jumps, squat jumps, heels to backside burpees and star jumps. Yeah, it's basically all legs. And of course then the cardio increases because your legs are the biggest muscles in your body, obviously, so they require the most oxygen. So yeah, that even if it's just one round at the end, which takes 7 minutes, very, very leg heavy. Just wanted to give you a quick tip as well, something that's worked really well for me over the years. The reason I'm giving this is that I saw a couple of other guys on YouTube who'd had neck issues. So just to let you know a tip that I've done over the years, based on the experience that when I was playing professional squash back in the day, every person, every player, bar none, would always go in the shower and have a hot shower before their match. Obviously you have a shower after your match, but before, because it just warms up your body really well. Obviously the purpose of a warm-up is to raise your body temperature first, and then your muscles and joints and ligaments, etc., are more conducive to stretching and are a little bit more flexible. But having a hot shower effectively does that, raises the body temperature really well, and you are just immediately more flexible. So the tip is that whenever you get up in the morning, just immediately head to the shower and have a hot shower. I usually put the shower nozzle on my lower back, but also on my neck. As I'm putting the hot water on my neck, I'll just sort of slowly turn left, right, up, down, do that a couple of times while the hot water's on my neck. And it just keeps those cricks at bay. You know, you might have slept slightly awkwardly, or you're just a little bit stiffer, and that heat just immediately loosens you up, and you're less prone to all these sort of clicks that can result in, you know, these things can escalate. You can have a click and then it can result in, who knows, maybe towards a bulging disc or something like that. So yeah, so it's a simple trick really, but if you can get that as a habit, sometimes these little habits that you do over years, you know, can save you a heck of a lot of pain. So yeah, hot shower before you work out, and even if you're on a rest day, hot shower after you get up immediately, and you just sort of hit the ground running, being nice and flexible for the day. Anyway, I decided to leave the whole workout on this one, so obviously no one's going to watch the whole workout. If you wanted to flip to the end just to see some of the plyometrics. Also, don't forget to download my free PDF, link in the description. Very useful fitness tips, hacks, body maintenance tips, stuff that I've learnt over 40 years, and some of the latest research. Link in the description for that. If you're into this sort of style of burpees, this is a great session to do. I find that you maintain the intensity better by, after the 20 minutes, having the 5 minutes rest and going hard on 5 minutes, 5 minutes rest and go hard, rather than just a sort of a longer grind where the intensity is a bit lower, because this way you can maintain a higher intensity. Okay, thanks again for watching. See you in the next one.
a drag. What's it feel like never having no real life? I don't know how you deal. I can't imagine your pain. I'm just minding my business, but you're so in your feels. There's something wrong with your brain. 'Cause every time you talk it sound like blah, 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 blah. I'm just hearing blah, 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 blah. Every time you talk it sound like blah, 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 blah. I'm just hearing blah, 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 blah. Every time you talk it sound like who hurt you? I wonder who made you so mad. Tell me, where did you learn to be so negative? You're such a drag. What's it feel like never having no real life? I don't know how you deal. I can't imagine your pain. I'm just minding my business, but you're so in your feels. There's something wrong with your brain. 'Cause every time you talk it sound like blah, 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 blah. I'm just hearing blah, 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 blah. Every time you talk it sound like blah, 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 blah. I'm just hearing blah, 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 blah. Every time you talk it sound like blah. Your life must be so boring, boring out of your mind. Am I your entertainment? I promise I'm not even trying. Green really isn't your color. Please just give it a rest. If last time made you unhappy, wait till you see what happens next. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just hearing blah, 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 blah. Every time you talk it sound like blah, 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 blah. I'm just hearing blah, 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 blah. Every time you talk it sound like blah, 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 blah.
Well, that was brutal, but it was even harder because of the heat. I thought because I was indoors, it wouldn't be too bad, but on the squash court, it's still hot. And even though I felt I was hydrated, maybe I wasn't quite hydrated, but that felt brutal. That's possibly the hardest I've pushed in the last year. Really had to grind that out in the heat. Great session to try, maybe not in the heat. Okay, thanks for watching, see you in the next one. Don't forget to download my free PDF, over 40, over 50 fitness tips, hacks, best training methods, body maintenance tips, stuff that I've learned over 40 years, and the latest research as well. Definitely worth a look, free PDF download in the description.